The following is rated F for fairness. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the audio show.
Let's be honest. You don't argue when you're guilty. You just don't argue. Like, if you're innocent, you don't argue. Let me put it that way. If you're innocent, you don't argue. You argue when you're guilty. Let me rephrase that. You argue when you're guilty. Based on today, right? Anthony's question about some money. She would have already won this argument with her silence, but no. She's pushing it even further. And of course, you're going to have Amber's supporters tell you how right she is for pushing it. Let's go.
And you're fake. Yeah, you're fake.
What you think that phone call was gonna do, huh? What you thought Wayne was gonna stop being my boy? You thought he was gonna? I know you didn't think he was gonna stop doing business with me. You did.
That's what she thought. She thought she could have just crumbled something for Anthony. Okay, a bunch of people keep commenting and they keep saying, well, O'Neal, you know what I mean? He's been so disrespectful and he's been extremely disrespectful. Stop that. They both have been disrespectful over the trajectory of this entire marriage. Disrespect has been a key thing of this marriage between both of them. So this is what I keep saying, you know, the reason why Amber gets flack is because people want to try to superimpose the Amber character as being very, very kind and generous and whatever else it is. And while she has a lot of those traits, she has not always been that. But people try to see exactly if they can frame her as that. And that's where the disconnect is happening inside of when people look at this entire thing. Amber has been disrespectful. Just like how Anthony disrespectful, the same way Amber has been extremely disrespectful. So what you're seeing is just the manifestation of all this disrespect between both of them. Where was all of this energy when Amber was allowing Sheila to tell Anthony anything or challenging Anthony inside the middle of the house during the time when when Anthony was messing with Sheila? Where was all of this? That's what I'm saying. It was there. The disrespect has been happening from, in fact, if you ask me, the disrespect has been happening from before they married. In other words, they have carried disrespect from before they have married into the marriage. So call it right, friends. No matter, do the whole thing where you're trying to see if you can superimpose Amber because it's not working. What's in my eye?
Now that's even funnier than that phone call. You see, men like Wayne and I, we may be a lot of things, but we respect each other's business. We respect money. And me, I'm an asset to Wayne. I've brought him a lot of money. You, not so much. Huh.
All right. This is a tough pill to swallow, but let's talk about it. Yes, Anthony would be more of an asset to Wayne. Yes, in the eyes of people with money, yes, it's about the business in itself. People don't have time to get into the other little intricacies and of feelings. And Wayne has actually told Amber the same thing too while she was with Sheila. Wayne actually told him the same thing, that them allow other things to get in the way of their actual business. So Anthony's right. Him not going to allow this to get in the middle of him business with Wayne. He may talk about it, but when it comes to business time, he's still going to do business. That's as far as he's concerned. Him going to do business the way he feels, sees fit to do that particular business. And Wayne will do the same. So let's not make it look like Wayne won't cut Anthony out of a deal in a heartbeat.
See, Wayne and I look at women like you as just what you are. Nothing. You know, my grandmother, she used to have all these names for women like you. Let's see. Bimbo, trifling, tramp. But one that used to make me laugh was Skeezer. Yeah.
Wow. 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 No, that is a punch that is extremely low. But again, friends, they both have been going low. Well, O'Neal can say nothing. They haven't stopped the whole idea of going low, right? They both haven't learned the idea of walking away. This is where the Daltons are. I would love to get into it and be like, no, Anton, that's too far. Nothing is too far for any of them at this point. The only thing them can do right now is hopefully it doesn't get abusive. Hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't get to that. But this is where they are. Verbally, this is exactly where they are. And this is exactly what they've been doing to each other.
Yeah, see, Wayne, he respects me. And I respect him. Because we're both assets to each other. And don't get me wrong, you're an asset, but in a different way. You see, but Wayne, one thing about Wayne is he was smart. Oh, that Wayne was smart. Because he knew what time was fun time and what time was settled down time. You was fun time.
Wow. Some of it sting, but is there truth in there? Oh my gosh. Well, all right, no. It stings, but is there truth in there? Because the truth of the matter is, and I keep saying this, Wayne didn't marry her, doing her friends. Honestly, Wayne did not marry her. At the end of the day, let's call a spade or spade. He didn't marry her.
Finish her!
It really is tough. It's tough shots. They both are throwing some tough shots. I don't know. Can she even come back?
I'm the fool. Ooh. Damn, baby. It's the first time you've touched me in a long time. Felt kind of good.
I hate you.
I'm looking for the reaction on this. Because the other day, when Anthony held on to Amber's arm to get her attention, there was outrage that Anthony was abusive. The both of them have been throwing dirty shots at each other. She's called him a dog, she called him cornball, she called him all sorts of names. So don't even start. So I want to know now, does the same rule still apply to the people out there who wanted to try to push the DV narrative? Do you want to still push that narrative? Or is it that you're now about to back off of the narrative? Because the shoe is on the other foot. Just want to know. Anyways.
I hate you.
So let's now be fair. We cannot drop well, Shale has done worse to him. We cannot drop that. We can now drop that. Because his wife now can be added to that list. So in other words, like I said, she's going in the same territory like thing there. No, is he terrible? Yes, he is. Is he saying some terrible things? Yes, he is. But so is she. It's now a war of words. And you will have to now sit down with. That's why I say, there's nothing for me to say about it. You know what I would have done? If I were in Amber's shoes when I was outside, I would have left the argument and just forget about it. I would have gone into my room, lock up, and just focus on my work. But she's not doing that. Instead, she's trying to see exactly if she can come out and punch while she's out all night. And once you do that, You have now engaged the man who is feeling that punch of you being out all night. The slap them I don't think them hurt as hard as knowing that Amber is out sleeping with another man for Anthony. Seriously. And I could be wrong. The men them can correct me. But and maybe even the ladies them can correct me. The slap may not even be as hurtful to him as the mere fact that she's out, having her foot them in the ear basically, and another man riding it out. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to read these comments while this premieres. Anyways, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna talk to y'all.